Oh yeah. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Felix here from HeyDon'tShoot.com and FelixGphoto.com. And today I am shooting a video. I've been needing to shoot a video for a long time. I haven't shot a video in a while. About this lens I just picked up. It is the Sony G 70-350, and we're gonna go ahead and call this a super telephoto lens because while it is 70-350 millimeters, it's a crop sensor lens, which means multiply times 1.5, and you have a 105 to 525 full frame equivalent field of view, which is a super telephoto lens. And I chose this lens to pair with my A6500 because I was looking for like a wildlife and bird photography lens, and I was looking, of course, at the Sony 100 to 400 millimeter, the full frame. And at my work kit, I got a 200 to 600, the Sony G 200 to 600, and both of those are quite large and quite heavy, and I'm just not all about lugging them around. And as we both discovered, Keith and I, with that 200 to 600, you got to shoot it with a monopod almost 100% of the time. We did some street photography with it, which I couldn't really believe that we were doing it, but with the 200 to 600, you got to slap a monopod on it. It's so heavy, it pulls, it even like pulls on the connection on the mount with the camera, and sometimes a couple times it came unseated, like, yes, right, yeah. So I said, man, weight wise and cost wise, this thing is less than half the weight of even the Sony 70 to 200 G Master, and $1,000 less than either the 200 to 600 or the 100 to 400, at least $1,000 less. And it's a nice package on this Sony A6500. So very small, very light. You don't need a monopod to shoot it. We're gonna go out to the desert. Keith has taken me to an abandoned trolley car in the middle of the desert. So we're gonna go out there and shoot that. Basically just my first impressions of this lens. It's the first time I'm shooting with it, so stick around and find out what it's like, see some sample images and all that good stuff. And hey, thanks for watching. So we'll be back with more. And it's great by the way that Keith is driving, because
right? Are you done yet? Because
no,
I'm YouTubing
no,
too.
No, I'm not done yet. This morning I started out in driving over to downtown El Paso, and I tried starting this vlog on my own, but I'm shooting it handheld. I didn't have the time. I had the time. I was just too lazy to install my my car mount for my action cam here, so I just have it handheld, and I was trying to do this and drive at the same time. Not a good idea. But now Keith is driving, so now I can do the intro, and now we can get back to the video.
Size and weight are at the top of my list when it comes to what I choose to carry and shoot with. After that comes price, and with those considerations in mind, it's no surprise that I bought the Sony G 70-350 over the 100 to 400 or the 200 to 600. The 200 to 600 comes in at a whopping 2,115 grams or 74.7 ounces, and the 100 to 400 weighs slightly less, coming in at 1,395 grams or 49.3 ounces, and that's without the tripod collar. Meanwhile, the 70 to 350 is only 625 grams or 22 ounces, quite small in comparison. But does the 70 to 350 stack up with the likes of the 200 to 600 when it comes to performance and image quality? Take a look at this image I shot at an air show recently with the 200 to 600, and also keep in mind it was shot with the Sony A7R5. It's a great shot, right? No doubt. So the answer is no. The 70 to 350 on my A6500 is not on par with the 200 to 600 on the likes of the A7R5, but that's an obvious conclusion, right? However, that doesn't mean it's not a stellar performer. As you will see in this video, it's a great lens. And I plan on picking up the A6700 later this year, which will give me better and faster autofocus performance, which is critical on a super telephoto.
I am taking them out to one of my special locations. It is a trolley car, an abandoned trolley car, and I share this location with no one. And so the only way to get there is hop in the Jeep and let me show you. Anyway, come along for the ride. We're taking you.
I always like to give a big shout out to my great friend Keith, who you can follow on Instagram at Coffee to Cocktails. We've been out on a number of fun adventures, and this day was no different. We headed off in his Jeep to a remote spot in the desert to check out an abandoned trolley car, which should offer plenty of interesting photographic opportunities. This lens is much more versatile than I thought. I was able to capture some great street photography image with it as well, and found the autofocus to be snappy and accurate. So what is my first impression of this lens? It's everything I expected, small and lightweight, high quality images, and while I did not get a chance to try it out with any birds or wildlife for this video, I will put up another video in the future to highlight its nature and wildlife performance. That being said, it's a great overall lens and a great value.
All right, so let me close out this video about this awesome lens, the Sony G 70-350, which is a full frame equivalent of 105 to 525 field of view. And let me just tell you, now this is not a full review video, it's just a first impressions video. It's my first time taking it out and shooting with it, and this thing is a game changer. Its size and weight is so small. Yes, it's a crop sensor lens. It's an APS-C lens, but I like it for that reason. It is way smaller, lighter, less expensive than, say, the Sony 100-400 or the Sony 200-600, which I have here somewhere. I'll show you some comparison photos side by side with this thing. But yeah, this thing is awesome. It might be my favorite telephoto lens. We shot some great pictures with it today. And as you'll see now, it's at 105 to 525 equivalent field of view. It's not really wide enough to do any landscape type shots. It's strictly a telephoto lens, but it is going to be great for when you want to get in close and you want to carry something lightweight and you don't want to break the bank doing it. So, hey, thanks for watching another great episode of HeyDon'tShoot.com. I'm pretty tired after a long day today of being outdoors with my good friend Keith. Thanks once again to him for driving out in his Jeep. But I got to get to bed here pretty soon because I'm working a 24-hour shift tomorrow and I got to get some sleep. So thanks for watching. Here it is. Sony G 70-350. Have you used this lens yet? Let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.